Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciara, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so, as you can notice, I've done a little different setup here as far as readings go. So definitely do comment down below if you guys like this new setup, what you think about it. Give me feedback. But we are back again with another weekly reading. The other thing I also want to mention is that recently, if you saw my community post, because of the demand of personal readings, there have been some changes made to some of the reading options as well as the prices for personal readings. So all that info is going to be down in the description. Of course, if you cannot book a private reading right now, that is perfectly fine. And if you definitely go over and you follow me on my Instagram, which that link will also be in the description, I'm always doing, every now and again, I'm doing some free reading giveaways for like full readings, as well as just in my stories almost every week now. I'm doing a little thing where it's like, send me an emoji and I'll pull a card for you, pull a message for you. So that stuff is always happening over on my Instagram, as well as over on TikTok, which you can just look me up. It's the same username as my Instagram. I'm doing like little stuff on there as well. So with that said, weekly reading time. So these are going to be really quick messages for the week of May 10th to the 16th. Just going to be looking at kind of generally what, the week has for you. Not doing anything too in-depth right here because I just want to get you guys some quick messages for the week. So let's go ahead and introduce you to the piles we have here. So for pile 1, we have the yellow calcite here. For pile 2, we have the amethyst sphere. For pile 3, we have the spirit aura quartz sphere. And for pile 4, we have this piece of labradorite. So definitely take as much time as you need. Meditate on the piles, use a pendulum, use your intuition. Again, these are general readings, so not everything, not every message, not every card may resonate for you personally. And if you're attracted to more than one pile, your personal message might be spread across more than one that are going, messages that are going to resonate in that way. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the cards. All right, for those of you who picked pile 1 with this yellow calcite piece, we're going to go ahead and jump into your cards. So the first one is kind of in relations to, what your destiny is for the week, kind of like overall the energy around you. And so we have the card Simplicity here. So definitely with this card, it has a lot to do with, as the name implies, simplifying down your week. It's about feeling kind of overwhelmed, I feel like, especially with everything that you may need to do. This is definitely a huge message with this card to declutter both your mind, your space, kind of do a spring cleaning in a way. I also feel like you guys should definitely be paying a lot of attention this week to any sort of feathers that you see, because these feathers are literally like signs and synchronicities and messages from your guides and your angels. So pay attention to what you're thinking about when you see them, what's happening around you. I also feel like pay attention to the sky and clouds as well within this week, because you can literally be... You might even have like a psychic talent for reading clouds. Like, I think there's actually a name for it. Is it like cloudomancy? I'm not sure if that's the actual name or not, but it's like basically you're telling fortune, you're reading like how you read the tarot, only using clouds. It kind of falls more in that realm of like reading charms or whatnot, which I realized I didn't decide to do charms for this week. Oh well, but obviously it wasn't meant to happen this week. But regardless, I feel like that's a big part of what you guys need to pay attention in this week. So kind of diving a little bit deeper into this card just to get any additional messages from the booklet from it. And this is the deck, Sacred Destiny Oracle, this card is from. So with this, to find a sacred simplicity and have clarity in your life, do only what matters. Release anything else. Simplify your life. Scan all areas and clear both internal and external clutter. Rest, rejuvenate, and only participate in what is truly important to you. Relinquish everything else. Do not delay. Do it now. When your life is cluttered with objects, relationships, time constraints, and emotions, there's no room for spirit. There's too much static and too much stuff to connect to your soul. The smallest amount of clutter clearing can make the biggest difference. See? So yeah, it's like for this week, guys, what you need to really focus on is just simplifying down and only doing what matters. So the next card that we have here is specifically kind of like the situation of the week. So while this is kind of more of like a general overview and kind of more of a spiritual aspect of the week, this is more in the realm of kind of the practical things of the week. And so we have taking steps in the reverse here. So I feel like a part of it is in this week, or maybe again, kind of building up to this week, you guys have been struggling when it comes to taking the steps towards whatever it is you're trying to go at next. And a big part of that is because you're not simplifying. So this is kind of going hand in hand here. So diving a little bit deeper into this card, and this card is from the Quantum Oracle. You know, it's talking about when this card is reversed in your spread, there's considerable confusion about what you should be doing next. In fact, you're not entirely convinced that the path you're on is where you want to be. You're unsure about the future, and you're second guessing your choices of the past. Ugh. Don't get bogged down in regrets. Let go of the future fears. Doubting yourself and your own resourcefulness only keeps you stuck. So figure out what it will take to get the joy and purpose back into your life. Determined to take control of your own destiny. Know that you are completely capable of moving forward. Decide where you want to go and take the first step. So yeah, clearly it's funny because these cards, again, are kind of resonating with each other. In order for you guys to, again, clear out the confusion, you have to literally clear out the clutter that is going on around you. It feels like, again, part of the reason why you're confused about what steps to take or what path to go on next is because you're kind of bogged down by a bunch of different ones because you haven't simplified it. You haven't gotten that focus yet. So the next card we have here is kind of the actions to take in regards to this week, you know, how to help you with this situation. And we have literally the heart chakra. So yeah, for you guys, you could be very heart chakra, heart-centered kind of people. And so a big part of this is going to require you to, you know, clear out your heart space for sure. Like there's obviously, I feel like there's some baggage that you guys are holding on to from the past. And again, you're very emotionally, you can be very emotionally based because of that heart chakra, that heart center person. Like you feel other people's pain a lot. So that also could be a part of this simplicity situation and this sort of clutter that's happening is because you're holding on too much from energies from other people and it's really bogging you down and it's leading to confusion. Also, I feel like this is a big message of just, you know, to find the right path for you in this week, you have to just follow your heart and move in that direction. So again, some key facts for this card. And again, this is from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. So this is a kind of unique deck because it combines both tarot and oracle cards together. So obviously the heart chakra is green. The sound is yam. Element is air. Gland is the thymus. Keywords is I love. So parallel to the heart, this chakra represents unconditional love, compassion, harmony, relationships, and healing. It's believed to be the link between your mind, body, and soul. Balancing this area may take a while, but you should allow all the time that you need so the healing energy can get through and flow freely. By loving yourself and others, as well as learning forgiveness, you'll become more attuned to spirit. So obviously, I mean, that goes back to kind of this card here where I was talking about rest and rejuvenation. There's obviously some healing work that a lot of you guys need to focus on in this week. Again, simplifying down to focusing a little bit more on you and what you need to heal and maybe not so much on, I almost feel like not so much on other people's dramas or something. You know, you can't heal everybody and some people need to learn how to heal themselves. So with that, the last card that we have here for you guys for the week is sort of your message from spirit, you know, their advice for you for the week. And we have the Watcher. Holy shit. Snow Leopard. That's kind of crazy. So this, it's card 15. So this is adding up to 6, which just makes me think of the Lover's cards, which makes me think of the heart chakra and kind of that message again. So I definitely feel with the Watcher, you are being watched and guided by spirit right now. Again, I feel like you guys are going to be picking up on a lot of, and even her dress, I just realized there's a lot of green and there's pink in here, which is all colors related to the heart chakra. It's pink and green. So that's kind of interesting. So diving a little bit more into the snow leopard here, which these cards are from the Divine Animals Oracle. And again, this is card 15. So take the high road. Do not sink to the level of low vibration. Observe the situation closely before acting. Being silent is an option. Ethics is the #1 concern. It's best not to continue to draw attention to yourself just for the sake of filling up your ego. A little mystery is a good thing. So clearly, again, I feel like this is part of like staying out of other people's drama in this week and just kind of focusing on yourself and the messages that you are receiving. And observing the situation. You are being the watcher in this week because, again, you're kind of taking a moment to step out and just focus on you and, cleansing your energy. I also feel like with this card, it might be of interest for you guys to look up what that means. The watchers, who the watchers are. This dives into very interesting kind of, I don't necessarily want to say mythology or controversy or, I don't know, conspiracy theory. Like, I don't really want to use any of those words, but that's stuff that's going to come up mattering on who you're talking to. But the watchers have a lot to do with angels. In fact, the first angels that came here to this world, that dives into the Gagori. It's the Book of Enoch kind of stuff. So that might be of interest for some of you guys if you're not already looking into that. I also feel like, pay attention to, again, weird synchronicities and unusual lights. Pay attention to the sky as well. Like, these are all things that you need to pay attention to. Also, the Wheel of Fortune, I'm seeing that as well. So again, there might be some unexpected changes of fate in this week for you guys in some aspects. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here for pile 1. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below, all of that good stuff. And if you'd like to help support the channel, again, there's links to Amazon wishlist, to Ko-fi, to Patreon, to Instagram. All that stuff helps immensely with the growth of the channel and all of that good stuff and bringing you more content. So thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 2 with the amethyst sphere here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards for this week. And so starting off, you guys got additional cards here. As far as kind of the overall energy, and this is kind of like the overall energy, kind of the spiritual energy of this week and what you need to know in that regards. And so we have flexibility and we have adventures. So definitely what's standing out to me here is the tiger, the parrots, very tropical, very like interesting landscape. So that might be of interest for some of you. I'm also getting the sense, with that message of flexibility and adventure, I feel like some of you need to make sure that you're not being too static, or what is the other word I'm looking for? I don't know. Point is, it's like you need to take a chance on something for sure. Like, I feel like with this energy, it's like you need to stretch, you need to expand, you need to take a leap of faith into kind of the unknown to try something that you've never tried before. You have a lot of gifts, you have a lot of power behind you, I feel like, but it's like you're not recognizing because you're not pushing your boundaries enough to really expand in however area that is. So diving a little bit deeper into the messages from these particular cards. Again, these are from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's go ahead and jump into these. So with flexibility, this is talking about the meaning of this card is rich and varied. It cautions you to be flexible in your life. Be willing to bend and yield. There are times to stand strong, but there are also times to go around a situation rather than face it head on. This card suggests being amenable to change. It's also a fantastic card for abundance and prosperity, and it suggests that if you are flexible, prosperity can and will come your way in all areas. Additionally, it suggests that a time of rapid growth is ahead. Don't resist it. The time is right for this surge of spiritual growth to occur. So very interesting. So you guys have a chance here that if you know how to bend and when to, stand strong. I definitely feel like for you guys, it's more more, learning to be more flexible, learning how to bend more. You're going to open yourself up to more opportunities in this week and, the weeks following if you do this practice. And not only that, but again, it can lead to, growth for your spiritual self as well. So going into adventure here, or adventures, since it's plural. So again, there's like more than one option available to you. So something exciting is around the corner. You're entering a new frontier filled with expansive energy. Begin to look at your world in new and different ways. Something that you thought was mundane or someone whom you may have overlooked will open the door to new opportunities and a bigger and bolder way of living. Be willing to see the world around you in new ways. Don't be lulled into complacency. This card appears when you're ready to remove your blinders and take action, so life doesn't become stagnant and lackluster. It also can signify incredible spiritual attunement and spiritual voyages. See, exactly. This is like totally, I love how everything's like so far with the readings are reiterating each other and helping out to really like paint a picture for this week and just what you guys need to work on. Again, I feel like, yeah, you really want to avoid being stagnant in this week, and you want to avoid any sort of like harsh judgments, like, judging a book by its cover, because it's really interesting. The next card that we have here, and this is what I pulled to kind of describe the situation of this week, more so in not so much in the spiritual realm, but more in the physical realm kind of situation. And we have true love. So this is really interesting. I'm also really noticing that the color red and green is coming up a lot here. So it makes you think of like the root chakra, the heart chakra, which those two are very connected to anyway. But it's like with this true love card, maybe for some of you, a big focus of this week is going to have to do with love. Maybe giving somebody who has an interest in you, and you can tell they have an interest in you, a chance. You don't have to, it's not like because I decided to go with this person, we have to get married tomorrow. It's like, no. You just give them a chance. I feel like this is all about expanding beyond what you think your usual type is and taking a chance on something that isn't quite your usual type, within reason. You don't want to like, just because, I know, I'm just thinking of like more toxic situations. Like if the person is toxic, then don't do it. But it's like, I don't feel like they are. I just feel like there's somebody who you usually wouldn't consider. They might even be a friend or something. And it's like, who knows where this could lead to if you just give it a chance. This is also about loving yourself as well, and kind of doing some self-reflection in that way. And overall, just like expanding and going through a new doorway with a lot of love and openness on your part. So this card here is from the Quantum Oracle. We're going to go ahead and dive a little deeper into it. So, the source of real connections. A woman surrounded by brilliant lights looks into a mirror, tenderly touching her own reflection. I also feel like with that, like some of you should try mirror scrying as this week, or also, doing a practice where it's like you go up to the mirror and you say an affirmation to yourself in the mirror. You hold eye contact with yourself in the mirror for like a period of time, because that might help with some of you if you feel like you have insecurities or something about your looks or whatnot. Like that might be a good practice for you to, again, go towards more self-love. Anyway, the lights above her and around the mirror represents the people who reflect her own high regard, many of whom are yet to be attracted into her life. On a purely practical level, this card upright may signal the coming of a new admirer in your life. This could be in the form of a romantic love, or perhaps a new boss or coworker who respects and appreciates you. But this card also sends a profoundly important message about yourself. The world is a reflection of how you view and care for yourself. The higher your regard for yourself, the greater your ability to manifest your deepest desires. You may have found it difficult to appreciate and acknowledge yourself in the past, but this card indicates that you're ready to do so now. Open your heart to the unlimited value that you bring to this world, and know that your soul applauds you for your choice of genuine self-love. All the energetic causes start with this choice. Exactly. So the next card that we have here is one that I pulled in regards to kind of the practical application of this energy in this week, like what you should do to help you with this situation. And we have the card Temptation. Very interesting. Again, a lot of this very red colors coming up. So the root chakra, very important. That has to do with your stability, with your safety, your security. So with this, with a message like temptation, this is obviously, a message of not kind of, I feel like it's not like limiting yourself or like falling back into old patterns when really you need to like push yourself and go beyond what it is you've experienced so far. This card is talking about, and this is from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, is talking about, through this card, addictions and self-limiting behaviors are being addressed. This is a time when you or someone else in your life may be placing too much emphasis on the material physical world and its pleasures. Even though we're all born connected to the divine source, we have a tendency to pull away from what was once natural. When we become disconnected from spirit, the source that once nourished us, it's often replaced with a different supply or substitute. In other words, the connection is then forged with food, alcohol, nicotine, codependency to someone, or even work. Hence the term workaholic. Many of us spend our lives trying to fill the void that was created when the link to the divine was broken. The temptation card is calling you to take a hard look at life and ask yourself, where in my life am I suffering from addictive behavior? Is there negative thinking or behavior that's causing the life force to seep out of my soul? Are the people and relationships in my life giving me energy, or are they draining it? Learn to embrace your fears and all of your doubts so that every situation in your life becomes a learning experience. Gaining the knowledge that the physical world teaches will help you transcend to a higher spiritual awareness. And obviously, if you couldn't guess it already, in the traditional tarot, this would be the devil. So yeah, again, that's very much what the devil can be about. I also like to read the devil. I like to view the devil because the devil has to do with choices, and it has to do with free will, of course. So again, it's your free will whether or not to fall into this or, again, open up. The other thing I would say is with the devil energy, that is highly, highly creative. It's like the most creative. It's like, it's chaotic, but it's like the true, like this true source of like all creativity, sensuality, sexuality. It's very much like raw sacral chakra energy, I feel like. So it's like, and I see the heart symbol coming up again. This is key to unlocking your heart and your potential in this week by, again, breaking old stereotypes. Even if you think they're positive, like kind of the workaholic thing, like, or again, you keep going back to, oh, I can't date this person because they don't have this, this, and that. Again, you're only thinking materially. You need to kind of open up and expand more to like, they may not have this and this point, but how do they actually make me feel? Do I feel joy with this person? Are they interesting to talk to? It's like those kind of things. Holy shit. I didn't even see the next card until just now, but the next card is kind of the advice from Spirit for you guys in this week to help you, and I can't fucking believe what it is. It's Tiger with Will. Are you kidding me? So you have the Tiger appearing twice here. So yeah, the Tiger is a serious energy for you guys in this week. So with the Tiger with Will, again, I was just talking about free will. So this is all about your will to do things, your power, your choices, and how you use that energy. So diving a little bit deeper into this particular card, this is from the Divine Animals Oracle. And this is card 34. I've never pulled this card before, so I'm very curious to see what it says. Let's see. So exercise your will and determination in ethical ways. Do not place your will over another's. You do not have control over anyone but yourself. Do not be afraid to be fierce, especially as a woman. We can ride our healthy anger, but we must eventually transform it into something more useful. So some of you maybe are holding on to anger that you finally need to release because you feel like you can't express it. Or again, this maybe is like you're trying to control the situation so much, but you need to be way more flexible and allow somebody else to take the reins for maybe a little while, especially in maybe a relationship. Again, taking a chance on something. Interesting. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here in the cards for you guys for this week. So if this resonated, please do drop a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you'd like to help support the channel in any way, again, there's going to be links to Amazon wishlist, Instagram, Patreon, Ko-fi, all that stuff. It helps immensely with the growth of the channel. And of course, if you'd like to book a private reading, that info is also in the description. Just again, note that the prices have recently changed, so we have some of the options. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked pile 3 with the Spirit Aura Quartz here, we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards for the week and see what it is you guys need to know. So the first card that I have here is kind of the spiritual kind of overview for the week, you know, kind of overall energy. And so we have relaxation. Look at that giant full moon here. So it's like, is the full moon in this week? No. It's not in this week. It was in the previous week. But point being, you know, the full moon energy is very powerful for you guys. It could affect you very much. If you're a woman, in fact, your menstrual cycle period might fall in line with the full moon. Or the new moon. It just depends. Most women, it usually falls on one of those. But yeah, it's like the moon is a very powerful force on you guys. And a part of that, you know, this previous week's full moon in Scorpio might have been very, like serious for you, maybe transformative, maybe it brought up a lot of crazy emotions. So this week, it's important to really take some time out to pause, relax, read a book, you know, just do something purely for you so that you can kind of get grounded again is what I'm feeling here. So with this particular card, which is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, let's talk a little bit more about it. So with this, in fact, this is specifically talking about the harvest moon. That's what this is representing. So this is the moon that happens in autumn. I'm trying to remember the exact day. It's the full moon occurring close to the autumn equinox, which is the harvest moon. So again, maybe this coming autumn is going to be very significant for you guys. There's something that you're preparing for now that is going to occur then. So again, pay attention to like October, September, November, you know, those time periods there I feel like are very significant. And that's a huge message that a lot of people have been getting anyway. So there's something in this week that you're kind of preparing for that. Anyway, when you receive this card, relax. All is well. No need to strive or push or get ahead. Beneath the surface of life, everything is gently propelling you in the right direction. You can lay down your burdens and simply unwind. Slow down and allow calmness to fill you. When you relax and relinquish control, your intuition expands and you create the space for your spirit guardians to help you. Additionally, it's vastly easier to heal and have positive outcomes in life when you are rested and not filled with worry and a need to control outcomes. Lie back, stretch out, and watch magic unfold in your life. So I definitely feel like this is a big message. Like, you guys are on the right track, but maybe recently it's like you've been worrying like, oh my God, am I on the right path? How am I going to get all this done? It's like, chillax, shut the fuck up. You need to just chill. It's all working out. It's going to flow. It's going to be fine. You being a worrywart is not going to help the situation anymore. There's only so much you can do in a day. There's only so much you can do in a week. Do the best you can and then give yourself a fucking break. All right. So next up, we have sort of this is kind of more on the spiritual side of the situation of the week. This next card is more of like the grounded kind of, you know, material aspect of the week of what you need to know. And we have discovery. See, look at that. You know, that makes a lot of sense because it's like once you just stop and you kind of relax a little bit, you open yourself up again for new discoveries to come into you, to find you instead of you kind of pushing to try to get to them. So with this card, which is from the Quantum Oracle deck, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about this. Let's talk about the unexpected, happy developments. A man is mining for gold. He has been planning and searching for quite some time, but despite his diligent work, he has not found the treasure that has lain beyond his reach until now. Get ready. A time of discovery is opening up for you. New ideas and new energy will help to bring forth a goal that you've been working on. Although there may be more painstaking work involved, this card is telling you that a positive resolution is at hand. Keep your eyes and your mind open open, for you may actually stumble on an unexpected discovery or idea that brings great value to your life. Many options can lead you in exciting directions. You may be introduced to someone who resonates with your heart. A job offer may come your way, or you may come across a book, a video, or spiritual practice that is helpful in your daily life or business. This is a very auspicious time. New ideas, information, and exciting new connections are vibrating all around you. A gold-minded discovery is away. I think it's crazy that it's bringing up books and literally the image here. So it's like, definitely this week, take a day, take more than a day, maybe take the whole goddamn week to just relax and kind of take like a mini staycation for yourself. Because again, a lot of us still can't travel or anything. So be at home and pick up a book. That random book that you've had in your bookshelf forever that you keep saying you're going to read, but then you never have the time to read it. Finally pick it up and read it, because you don't know what might spark from reading that or discovering. Or maybe there's like a host of videos or like tutorials or like online like little seminar classes that you've been meaning to do, but you've been putting it off. This week is the time to do it and just see what develops from there. You never know. Again, there could be a grand discovery there that's going to help you and propel you with your goals. In fact, so the next card we have here is kind of the advice physically of what to do in this week to kind of help with the situation. And we have suffering in silence. Very interesting. I feel like this goes back to this energy here of needing to relax. Again, this is kind of a weird one, because again, that suffering in silence message, it could definitely be that you're completing a cycle in this week, and so, or you have just completed a cycle in this, building up to this week, which is why it's time for you to take this break. And like, I feel like you guys have been putting in a lot of work towards your goals, and to maybe other things that you've been doing. Maybe it's like you're working so hard on one thing that you've had to set something else aside that you really want to invest in. And now like this week is like, okay, you need to take a break on the other thing and now focus on this, because you've been ignoring it for too long, and it's really important for your own personal growth. So kind of talking more about this card, which is from the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. The number 9 denotes completion. Are you finally ready to let go of those limiting negative beliefs, or are you allowing the issues in your life to become bigger than they really are? Your mind has been doing quite a job on you lately, and even your dreams may be trying to get your attention. When you learn to let go of the worry, despair, and a sense of hopelessness, a positive new way or path will be shown to you. This card follows Trapped in Fear, the number 8 mental card. When your fears are confronted, your mental anguish will continue. When your fears aren't confronted, your mental anguish will continue. This is a reminder to take action and trust that your soul and the power of spirit will grasp you firmly by the hand and guide you, but you must take the first step toward healing and let go of the mental distress. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out for the help that is available here. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And so the final card we have here is kind of the advice and the from spirit for you guys in this week. And it's kind of crazy because we have the butterfly with the soul. So this week, it's all about nourishing your soul again and kind of taking a break to give your soul a rest. I also just feel, with the butterfly here, that's very transformative, rejuvenating, rebirth energy. And I was already mentioning Scorpio. So Scorpio is very much this kind of energy as well. So maybe some of you have some serious, maybe something in your progressed natal chart or your natal chart in general has a strong Scorpio placement or more than one. And again, that Scorpio full moon triggered something that is, really going to carry on with you for the rest of this year, I feel like. So diving a little bit more into this particular card here, which is from the Divine Animals Oracle. This is card 28. So let's see. So to experience our full selves, we often go through a difficult period of transformation and growth. Trust what you feel. We all have stages to pass through in life, and not all are easy. Look ahead to where you wish to be, not where you have been. Self-trust and the trust of your partner are necessary for a positive relationship. So it's interesting, it's bringing up some relationship stuff here. So again, that goes back to the suffering in silence, where it's like saying, reach out for help. So maybe some of you are with a partner And maybe it's like a situation where it's like you have been doing all this work on your own because maybe it's expanding back to your childhood where you felt like you couldn't ask for help or something. And so you're with this person, and you're afraid to bother them. You don't want to impose on them because you just kind of want to solve it all yourself. But that's not the point of having a partner. The point is to share your life together and work together. So I feel like this is an important week for you guys, if you are partnered with somebody, to reach out to that partner and be like, hey, you know what? I've been working myself to the bone. I've been a workaholic or something. And it's like, can you, take the reins on this for the week or whatnot, so I can have a moment to relax, or like, hey, can you help me with the situation because I've been, trying to do it all myself, delegate it, share in what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what it is you're trying to do, and have them help you. I'm also really noticing a combination of colors here within your cards being like indigo, blue, orange, a little bit of red. It's more so like that blue and orange. So those complementary colors. So you might want to work with very like indigo blue stones and orange stones. So that's definitely related to your throat chakra. So again, speaking up and letting like, hey, I'm having a problem, like finally using your voice in that way, as well as with your sacral chakra. This is going back to, again, your creativity, what you enjoy, what gives you pleasure, sensuality, sexuality. So maybe some of you also need to I'm just going to say it, take this week, if you are partnered with somebody, to, reconnect in a physical sense, like a sexual sense. Like if you guys haven't had sex in a while, maybe spend this week and like, again, have a little mini staycation where you guys connect again. Even if like you can't physically be together and you have somebody, it's like, use the internet, use FaceTime, whatever. Just as long as you guys are connecting in a way like that. That might be very rejuvenating for some of you here, to help with the transformation, to release some of the stress that you've been holding on to. So with that said, that is everything I'm seeing here in pile 3. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below, tell me how your week goes, all that kind of stuff. And of course, if you'd like to help support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to, Amazon wishlist, Ko-fi, Patreon, Instagram, all that, as well as if you'd like to book a private reading, which again, the prices and options for that has changed. So definitely give that a look if you're curious about what has changed, and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next one. For those of you who picked the 4th and final pile here with the labradorite piece, and I'm so glad because you guys can actually see the little flashes in this particular piece. It's not the craziest piece of labradorite I have. It's not like this piece here, like holy shit. But those little tiny flashes are quite pretty. I like it. Okay, anyway, we're not going to sit here and stare at stones. We're going to do your reading. So the card that I have here that's kind of representing kind of like the spiritual overview for this week for you guys. And we have abundance. So look at this. This is a beautiful springy card. I'm definitely getting this sense that you guys really need to step out into nature a little bit, bring a little bit of nature into your home, open up the windows, air it out, pick some wildflowers, get some flowers, put them in your home, plant maybe a garden. Like I'm getting all of these things. It's going to help to not only lift your mood, but it can bring abundance to you, especially if you're very like, if you want to do a little research on like language of the flower, like what flower meanings are, what brings more abundance to you. It's like, that is something to definitely keep in mind. I think these are cosmos in the image here. Yeah, I'm not super knowledgeable on flowers yet, so correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I definitely feel like there's going to be like a shower of abundance that's coming your guys' way. It could start this week, or again, something that you do in this week is going to set it up for later abundance to grow. Let's go ahead and dive a little bit more into this card and its message. So again, this card is from the Sacred Destiny Oracle here. So with this abundance, it's the Wildflower Wonderland. It's actually the first card in the deck. So it has to do with everything is blossoming in life. Open yourself to receive. Abundance, fulfillment, and prosperity are ready to be activated in your life. Life desires you to prosper. You are moving toward an outpouring of money, energy, time, or love. Opportunities are limitless. However, you must take action in the direction of your dreams. Don't wait for abundance to fall into your lap. Take steps. Give deeply and fully. Don't hold back. This card reveals that the is a great time to make investments. The more you give with a free and open heart, the more you will receive. Be grateful for what you already have, and even more will flow to you. So again, doing like a gratitude kind of practice this week. Maybe like, again, you're like planting, you're giving back to nature. And when you do that, you kind of say like a little prayer or something of thanks, of gratitude for what you have. That could be a very good thing. The next card we have here, you guys actually got an additional card in this section. This has to do with kind of, while this is more the spiritual aspect, this is kind of having to do with more of the material, kind of practical application of kind of this energy of this week, kind of on that end. So we have two interesting cards here. We have a consciousness of lack and then transformation. So clearly, you guys, if you want this abundance to come through, you gotta release the consciousness of lack that you're holding on to. Again, that kind of negative feeling like, oh, I won't ever have enough money. I'm in debt. I'm not smart enough. I fucking, wah, wah. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to like sound kind of bitchy, but like, wah, 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 wah. Like, you're just like, or like, nobody's going to love me. I can't find the partner, and any of this kind of lack mindset. It's like if you keep going back to that, then that's exactly what you're going to manifest for yourself. You need to transform that thinking and know that you are confident, that you're ready, and transform your fucking self so that you get that confidence back to be like, hey, you know what? I can walk over this bridge. I can manifest with what I need. It may not happen overnight, but just the fact that if you change this consciousness, everything, you'll be amazed at how much actually improves for you if you just make that one little shift from this consciousness and transform it. So talking a little bit more deeply into these cards, which come from the Quantum Oracle here. Let's talk about the lack of consciousness. This is about something is missing. A man leans dejectedly on a concrete heart, his back turned to the potential gold and beauty held there. His melancholy seems overwhelming, and this card may reveal a similar energy for you at this time. There may be some financial limitations for you, possibly even significant money woes, but this card could indicate restriction in other areas as well. You may be experiencing some limitations in love or relationships, and the feelings of loss could be frustrating or sad. The consciousness card reveals even deeper issues than the great gratitude card reversed. It demands that you shift out of the lack consciousness now, even if you feel something is missing in your life. Your fear only restricts you further, making you more miserable and manifesting more limitation. It may be difficult to focus on something positive when you're lonely or have financial troubles, but it's absolutely necessary to do so if you want to change that reality. Take the steps you need to resolve whatever issue may be bothering you, but don't stop there. Make the energetic cause to always acknowledge what you have, even to the smallest detail. Choosing to value yourself and your life will break down the harsh feelings in your heart and bring many amazing experiences to you. So there you go, literally. Oh my God, I just realized these are both 5 cards. You have 2 5s. So 55, 555, like pay attention to 5 synchronicities, and 5s have everything to do with like change, transformation, conflicts. So it's like anything, changing the conflict and transforming it into something positive yourself, facing the fears. So with the cycle card that we have here with transformation, again, this is part of your cycles and making a change for the better by just breaking through that fucking lack consciousness that's holding you back so much. So with this, significant transition. This card shows a woman getting ready to cross a bridge and move into a new light-filled adventure. I also feel like for some of you, maybe like you just went through graduation, either in high school or college or something. It's like you're feeling like, oh my God, how am I going to get a job right now? Or how am I going to get into school right now? Because literally everything is closed. The opportunities seem bad. And you're like letting that fear and that worry restrict you. And like, you need to just calm the fuck down. Everybody's in the same boat right now. It's not just you. Again, it will change. It will improve gradually. But you know what? You don't have any control over that bigger landscape right now of the world. So the best you can do is control yourself. And again, don't be stuck in that lack of consciousness, because you're just going to wear yourself down. It's not going to help you. It's not going to make you improve in any way. Right now, use this time to improve on yourself. And again, manifest abundance for you by having gratitude for what you do have. And, for that degree you just got, or for that, even though a lot of people who are graduating from high school couldn't do their walk or their prom or whatnot, it's like, be grateful that you even made it through. Don't be so caught up on, I'm just going to say it, kind of like superficial shit. It's like, it's nice to be recognized and do that public thing, but it's not really what the point was of what you did. Just saying. Again, that's like pushing into my own personal opinions of all that, but point being, major transition here. So this card shows a woman getting ready to cross a bridge and move into a new light-filled adventure. In a rolled-up scroll, she carries all the wisdom she needs to move forward. This fortuitous card reveals a time of great inner and possible outer transition. You are now at a place where you're capable of transforming your old life into something brand new. Unhealthy patterns of thought and behavior are now ready to shift into a much higher resonance of peaceful, non-judgmental energy. For some people, this is no less than an opportunity to reinvent themselves. As a result, this card is putting you on notice that you are a powerful manifester, clearly. Your inner changes now will reap phenomenal results in the near and distant future. So spend some time going inward, consciously choosing optimism, trust, and self-love. As you make these changes, you will see your outer life transform as well. Perhaps a new relationship or a bigger and better career move is on the horizon. Visualize these great outer results as you continue to work on your inner transition of consciousness and vibration. When you do, you will find this cycle moving on to one of great expansion. Exactly. So next up, we have the card that I pulled in regards to the practical application of all of this for you guys to do in this week. And we literally have intuition. So yeah, I'm also noticing, again, we have the Ankh right here, which is the breath of life. This is very much about symbology of what this means. The circle above represents woman genitalia. The staff at the bottom represents the male. The cross going, the piece going across to form the cross here represents the two energies coming together and expanding outward. So it's like the coming together, the forces of masculine and feminine. So you guys definitely need to work on balancing your masculine and feminine aspects. Obviously, you need to follow your intuition. Your intuition is trying to guide you in the right direction, but it's like you guys are kind of fighting against listening to it, which is only going to fuck you up more. Again, it's like all of this is coming from your mind. This is the biggest problem right here that you guys need to fix. So, talking a little bit more into this card, which is from the Psychic Tarot Oracle. Let's see what it has to do about. So with this, intuition is the language of the soul. When this card shows up in a reading, it's a clear message that it's time for you to use your intuition. Just give it a chance and you'll quickly notice how it might be trying to get your attention. With so much information in this world vying for your every thought, it's easy to ignore or fail to acknowledge your insights. Synchronicities and so-called coincidences are powerful signs that intuition is knocking on your door. Have you heard a phrase or saying repeated by more than one person today? Did the same numbers keep showing up? 5, 5. Has someone mentioned the name of a specific individual whom you were just thinking of? There are all signals for you to pause, be open, and pay attention. This is a perfect time to seek the answers from within. Turn inward, where you'll find the solutions and valuable insights that are awaiting to assist you. And even this card was talking about that. Like, you have a lot of inner wisdom. It's being hidden because of this fear right here. So when you learn to use and trust your intuition, you'll begin to have a sense of not only the right timing, but you'll also begin to perceive people and situations with a deeper and more discerning eye. You'll not only observe beneath and beyond what's actually in front of you, you'll see the real deal. So obviously, if it wasn't obvious what this card is in the traditional tarot, this is the High Priestess. So yeah, it's all about that inner world, esoteric knowledge, intuition, all of that. So the final card that we have here for you guys is kind of the advice for spirit for you guys in this week. And it's kind of crazy because it's card 33. So there's another synchronicity number for you. It's the chameleon with change. So clearly you guys are going through a massive transformation, a massive change. And especially if you approach it by getting rid of this lack of consciousness and instead embracing your abundance, your intuitive powers, your ability to manifest, because you have that ability, you're going to change literally everything for you. Again, chameleons, they can change their skin. I don't know why I was about to say sky, but maybe pay attention to the sky. Pile 1 got that same message as well. But they can change their skin. They can blend into their environment. They can be very adaptable in that way of transforming themselves. Their eyes are very unique. If you watch a chameleon, it's like they can see in all kind of directions, which just makes you think of that intuition card, being able to see things in a way that you normally don't. So diving a little bit deeper into this particular card, which is from the Divine Animals Oracle. This is card 33. So with this change is a natural part of life. So resistance is futile. Ride the energies of change and know where you are going. Then fear will lessen. It's not always wise to just blend in with everyone else. Flexibility in mind and body is advantageous. Do not take too long to make your decision. So yeah, part of this is also not hiding your unique spark. Again, what you've learned, what you've accomplished, don't be hiding it under lack just because you think that you don't qualify for something versus somebody else. There's always competition in everything. That's something some people don't seem to realize. It doesn't matter what field, what you do, who you're around, there's always competition. That's just a natural part of life. Literally all of nature is in competition with each other to survive, to procreate, to keep going forward, to keep transforming. That kind of conflict, that kind of challenge is always going to be around. And without it, you don't grow and you don't expand as a person. Like, honestly, there was a situation where it's like talking to somebody and they thought that, certain successful people, they didn't have to compete for what they had. It's like, if you have that kind of mindset, you're so off track. It's not even fucking funny. Like, literally the people who made it, they had to work their fucking ass off to get there, and they had to be in competition with everybody else, or else how would they even get noticed? That's the thing. It's like, it's literally that's the whole thing here. It's like, in order for you to stand out, you have to accept the fact that, yeah, you're going to be in competition with everybody else. So what makes you stand apart from the rest of everybody else? Well, your unique light. So shine that fucking shit and own it, and don't be in this lack consciousness. It's also, obviously, maybe just on a practical level for this week, maybe take some time to exercise a little bit more, your mind, your body, literally be like flexible, do some yoga, stretch a little bit more, meditate. That will help maybe connect to your intuition. I also feel like, obviously there's some sort of decision that you need to make, even though I feel like you can't, just because of the state of the world, it's like you can't necessarily make the big leap and take the action that you want to. You can still make a decision. So, and you can do as much work as possible to set you up for that thing that you're going after right now, but it's just like you might not see the results of it quite yet, if that makes sense. I don't know, that sounded kind of weird, but regardless, that is the message I'm seeing here for pile 4. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below what you thought about it, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to help support the channel in any way, there's going to be links to, Amazon wishlist, Ko-fi, Patreon, Instagram, as well as information down there about how to book a private reading, which just recently those prices and some of those options have changed. So take note of that. And I thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.